What's up? What's up? What on going on? Chilling, baby. Just regularly chilling. It feels so good out here today. Still wear my mask because it's raining. And I still like to keep my neck and my back of my neck covered and my ears if all possible. Good morning, people. Yes, we got some interesting topics. We hear that the brother Sarnetta has already admitted that this shit is not going to happen with this Apollo stuff. I'm wondering if I'll find more about this in a little bit. But right now we're just going to talk about it once I pick my phone back up. So this whole $9,000 thing was obviously some sort of lie, some sort of front. What up, Chemo? This shit was obviously some sort of front that Sarnetta was perpetrating. Yes, again, look at my dedication to the people. I am in the rain doing the morning yard stream. Yes, I will reiterate, I am in the rain. It is raining. And I am doing this morning yard stream. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to come and do this part first so I can get that part out of the way, because it's a lot of writing. And then that way, I don't have to carry that. So, anyways, good morning, people. What's up? Let's get it cracking. Now, the topics of this morning yard stream will be Sabir Bey and the Q&A, part 2. Apparently Sabir Bey went live Saturday sometime, and he was sending out an open challenge, I guess, to me and some other person. I think he, hold on. I think he, I swear I was thinking that, but I ain't never say nothing about it. Okay. My boss came out joking. Anyways, Sabir Bey Q&A part 2. Me and Sabir Bey had a Q&A through his chat. We did another one last night, right when I was about to go to sleep. I realized that he was live. So when I realized he was live, I said, well, let me Area 52. I was like, I figured I'd go check it out and see what he was talking about and see if I could sneak me some questions in. So anyways, I go over there, and First, I caught a video of his that he did earlier in the day. Okay, we back. I don't know what the hell just happened. It's about certain shit on this YouTube shit, you know, on this YouTube shit, and they feel threatened, not necessarily threatened as far as you're gonna do something to them, but feel like you're saying something challenging what it is they're saying and what it is they're presenting. So in the last week or so, I have been doing that, you know, with Sabir Bey. I've been challenging pretty much everything he's been saying on his show about nationality and law. Like, when it comes to history per se, I don't really battle people on that because I just don't do that anymore, because I already know you don't know that what the fuck you talking about. Because here at Derek Jones Talks Live, we've already established a long time ago. We don't even know when we were born. That's secondhand knowledge because it was taught to you. So you still, ultimately, you have to believe your parents. And that's if you're lucky enough to actually know them. Because some of us are not that lucky. So, anyway, I don't challenge him on his history talk too much. I let him just talk. But anytime I hear people talking about law, what up, Wax, nationality, all of that shit, oh, I'm all ears. I'm all ears. As soon as I hear that shit, I'm all ears. Because this is 2018. Motherfuckers, I started learning about that shit myself in 2009, 2008-ish. You know, okay? So this shit has been, that's when I started getting into it. So we're talking, actually, 2007-ish, you know what I'm saying, is when I started really getting into it. So we're talking about well over a decade that these people have been out pushing this shit, peddling this shit, selling everybody on some phantom court rules that you must learn. And once you learn these court rules, then these people, you could go into the court, you know what I'm saying, where they're doing all this bullshit and get over. Not necessarily get over, but get justice by the way of you're not obligated to follow their rules, regulations, and shit that they call law. Which I don't think you are in the first place, because they don't have any facts that you are. Nor do they have witnesses with personal first-hand knowledge to attest that you are obligated to do such. It's compulsory. It's do this or else. It's just like taxes. Like I said before, you pay or go to jail, or die attempting to not let them put you in jail. Those are your only options. I would let y'all see the plane, but we got to deal with the rain. But yeah, that's where we're at with that. Brother Sabir Bey is peddling that old school shit from back in the day, where everybody has this, I do want to call it, because I always say I don't want to call it guruism, but everybody got this guru fucking way of presenting some shit to people, like what they're saying is the new shit. You know what I'm saying? With what we're doing right now is something new. And I'm here to tell everybody that's bullshit. What they're doing is the same old shit that everybody's been pushing, the same old shit that everybody's been peddling. Ain't nothing different. I'm here to tell you that there's nothing different. I'm here to tell you that none of these people have evidence of this shit working in courtrooms in real time. All these years that Tariq Bey has been out, I've never once seen or heard anybody say how Tariq Bey has done anything for them in the realm of courts and assisting them to, you know what I'm saying, not be under the yoke of these people. I haven't. And I'm one person who still to this day don't make bang videos on Tariq Bey, because I fucking respect Tariq Bey immensely. But when we talking about questions of fact, as a matter of fact, I have yet to this day to see Tariq Bey make one video, show any stream or anything of him in court assisting anyone or people who have used what he has taught them over the years. Because I'm one of those people who learned from him over the years and attempted to use. The difference between me and them is I was attempting to use this shit in real time. I was attempting to use this shit in a manner that wasn't on some what do you call it, guys? Some slick get out of jail free shit. I'm not one of those people. I wasn't one of those people attempting to get out of something. The only reason I was talking about it is because I want to get out of something. And it seems now, with the current mores that we have and we're dealing with, anytime you remotely come close to asking questions of fact, this is what you're hit with. This is what you're hit with. 51517. Hold on, guys. I gotta write real quick. Yeah. So anyway, getting back to it. Once they're hit with questions of fact, you get a whole different type of person. Like, for instance, if I'm just asking questions, then it's a certain way that your average and or atypical, what we come to know as being a Moor, will respond a certain way. Okay? Every time they will respond a certain way. The moment you start asking for proof for what they're saying, that is when the quote unquote, and I mean quote unquote, charlatanism starts oozing out of them. The snake oil salesmanism starts oozing out of them. Because people who purport themselves to be lovers of information, people who just want understanding, people who just really want to learn, things of that nature, they react a certain way in certain circumstances. When they're questioned about things, unless the question is just obviously, unless the question is obviously brought to them in a manner just to patronize them and or waste their time, if that's not the case, they're more than happy to engage people. Especially when we're just thinking, we're just sharing ideas. So, hold on. Long story short, I go over to Sabir Bey's chat after I saw the video that he posted where he's talking about he's not challenging anybody or any open challenge or whatever. And he started talking. You guys are going to see it later because I'm going to do a video when I go home. He started challenging, saying that he's not talking about challenging people and this, that, and the third. And if anyone wants to do anything with him, as far as that goes, to come on their platform, that he charging $1,000. So first off, he has no idea who he's talking to. And Sabir Bey, just for your sake, I'll let you know right now, these YouTube people that you're used to, I am not them. I am not them. First of all, there's certain things that raise red flags over here on my page. One of them is grown black men asking people for money on YouTube. That's one. Especially if you're a grown black man and not only are you asking for money on YouTube, there's no specific goal attached to it. Just money. Then not only are you asking for money, you're asking for G money. So let me get this straight. You purport to be some sort of law and historical guru, yet when you're asked questions about things that you make statements about, I must now give you $1,000 for you to clarify your statement and or answer questions concerning your statements? Come on, Sabir Bey, you can't possibly mean that shit, bro. You can't possibly mean that, but I think that you do. Also, I asked Sabir Bey about the topics that he gave the other day on his live stream, and the topics were for his Houston lecture that is up and coming, and the topics for his Houston lecture were law, history, law, and nationality. I'm going to say again, the topics that Sabir Bey gave when asked about what he will be talking about at his Houston lecture. He gave 3 topics, and the topics were history, law, and nationality. So you guys already know and saw the video that I did about the questions I asked him specifically about nationality, etc. So last night, when Sabir Bey was in full combat mode, I guess, because every time I ask a question, no matter what he's talking about, he'll stop and answer that fucking question. Now, I see right now where he's going, and I see that people are probably showing you the videos, Sabir, so I'll let you know right now. I'll just talk directly to you. I see where you're going with it, and I advise you to not go down that path, bro, because it's not going to end well. It's not going to be a good look for you. And I'm going to make sure that everyone knows it's not a good look for you. Okay? When you start asking niggas for money on YouTube just to hear you talk, that's a red flag to me, because every other scammer that I have uncovered on YouTube so far to date has done that. Exactly what you're attempting to do. Try to play big time on people. Like, oh, I'm big time. You got to pay me to come through. I'm not paying you for shit. I told you, if you got a Patreon, I'll donate to it, because the only other page that I support that openly has a Patreon is Triple C TV. And ask, don't I donate to her Patreon? You can ask her. If someone else that I know in my little circle that actually had a page that had a Patreon out there, when I see it, I'll donate to their Patreon immediately. I don't have a problem doing shit like that. But what I do have a problem is some nigga thinking I'm about to give him G money just to talk or answer questions about shit he's saying. And it's not that I'm asking you questions out of nowhere. I'm asking you questions based off of everything that you've said. That's it. That's where the line of questions are coming from, Sabir Bey. So maybe you need to watch what you say. Maybe you need to watch what you say, because that's where the questions are coming from. And I've really got an issue with you, bro, if you can't handle questions based off of shit that you say. Now, I give Taj Tariq Bey a pass because he's older than you. And he's probably dealt with way more than you've dealt with because he's been doing this shit longer. So he's had to actually endure people asking him questions without being completely sincere in why they're doing it. So he might be a little more hesitant to just run his mouth openly with people. Because it was like that with Delbert Blair. When I got to speak with him finally, and it was out of nowhere. We were just talking for like almost an hour. And it's like, when you get to their point and their status and their age, like they've seen a lot of bullshit. So I expect them to be more hesitant when it comes to dealing with people, man. I really do. I really, really do. But Sabir Bey, you ain't nobody for real. As far as how you was just trying to purport yourself to be the other night on that show, nigga. Like, maybe they give you the love like that, and that's what's up. But I don't know you like that. Like I said, you was just that dude who was around Taj Tariq Bey and them niggas when they was giving lectures. You was like the hype guy, so to speak. And that's not a limited role, because it's probably a bunch of people who wish they could have been around them brothers and that sister Roz Bey and shit like that. It's probably, so that's not to diminish what you're doing. It's just to say, keep this shit in perspective, my nigga. You ain't who you was acting like you was last night on that stream. Especially when you can't answer simple questions of fact, and when you start gaslighting, which is a telltale sign of a person who doesn't have a response for the question that you're asking them. When you start going to books, I'm gonna give y'all an example real quick, yo. This nigga said, I asked him about facts about the topics that he said that he was gonna have. First of all, do you want to know what he said initially before any of this? When I first asked Sabir Bey about the topics that he was going to have, and does he have any proof or evidence of nationality, which is one of the topics in law, blah, 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 being operated in real time. Okay? This nigga said, I don't even know what the topic's going to be at that Houston event. On my kids, that's what he said. I'm gonna show y'all the video. I'm gonna play the audio in which he said it, unless he's taking the video down already. I'm gonna play that shit. That man said he doesn't know the topics that's gonna go on at the lecture. When I asked him directly about the topics that he'll be having at his lecture, Sabir Bey openly said, and you've seen it on my channel, I put this shit up there. The nigga openly said, law, history, law, and nationality. Anything else? You must be new to my channel, because blah, 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 blah. He went in to go in to be sarcastic and all of that shit like that. This is what I mean, yo, when I say I don't trust these dudes, yo. And when you start talking about status correction and going to court and changing your name and the all caps and all of that shit, yo, I gotta get at you, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Like, the Moors talk that shit, especially Moors like himself, but you don't ever see them helping nobody. You don't ever see these people in court helping anybody. All these decades that Taj Tariq Bey been out here doing this shit, you still don't see nothing from Taj Tariq Bey in court showing you how to handle yourself and how to handle these narcissistic, egotistical ass judges who really don't respect that shit and get mad when you say these people want to put you in jail for not calling them your honor. So this normal person wants to put you in a human cage for you simply not calling him by some title that he earned, that you ain't got nothing to do with. You didn't ask him to earn the title. You ain't asked him to make you call him the title or nothing. But if you don't, this nigga is going to throw your ass in a human cage. So Narcissistic Bey and Sabir Bey and these people are supposed to be out here assisting us in defending ourselves against these people, assisting us in learning what law really is, all this shit that they tell you. But they never tell you shit like I tell you. They never tell you things like you don't need to learn the law, you don't need to learn the law at all. What you really need to learn is application. Application is the most important part. How is this shit applied to you? I don't give a fuck about the law. That's like me arguing about how much money somebody owes me or how much money I allegedly owe them. But we have yet to address how I came to owe you this money. Like, that's the most important part. How did I come to owe you this money? I don't even give a fuck about the other part until we get to how did this happen. I'm not arguing about the amount. This is crazy. This is crazy. So when you're dealing with this, hey, somebody take care of that for me. Yeah, you're out of here anyway because I was about to have you taken care of. And the next time you come around here, your ass is going to get blocked. Get out of here with that stupid shit. And the next time you come back, we want you to come back with facts and evidence to back up everything you say. And that goes for you too, Sabir Bey. You could play funny all you want. I'm not asking you no questions, bro, except questions of fact. That's all I want to know. Questions of fact. That's all I have. I wanted all the shit that you said and be saying. I want to see that shit in real-time application. That's it. And if you do not have it in real-time application, I'm going to give you an open cease and desist because that shit is getting niggas locked up and that shit is getting people thrown in situations that they might not have been in, listening to some guru who is not going to come down and help them do anything. You're not going to come down and help them do anything. You people run around telling everybody how much you a guru in law and this, that, and the third, and how you're not a part of this system and you travel with your passport. I would like to see proof of that, Sabir Bey, of you traveling with your fucking passport. Of a cop stopping you and saying, hey, where's your license and registration? I don't have any of that. I'm a civil law mortus, and I have a whatever, and I have this law, this passport, and blah, blah, blah. All that is wonderful, man. I just need to see the real-time application, and I'm starting to wonder why I never see real-time application. I'm starting to wonder. I'm more than starting to wonder now. I think I do understand why I don't see you doing it, because that's not what you're doing. You openly admitted that you have a driver's license. I know why you have that driver's license just as much as you know why you have that fucking driver's license. You have that fucking driver's license so that you can drive that goddamn car around and them motherfuckers not throw your ass in jail. That's why you have it. The same reason everybody else has it. I'm not saying it's a good reason because, again, I don't condone that. I don't agree with that. I don't think that that should be. I think that somebody should just learn how to drive by simply learning how to drive. That you don't need to be getting licensed and paying these people for renewals and all this. Now, that's just a money grab. That's control and a money grab. But all the same, what I'm saying to you is this. You guys have been saying a lot of things for a long fucking time. And now it's just time for you to start proving some of it. That's all. You've been saying things for a long ass time. Now it's time for you to start proving it. Now it's time for you to start providing evidence, because you, of course, have them, and you know in law, you can't make, you know one thing, Moors, and my brethren and sisters of Moors science temples across America, you know one thing for sure, that facts are paramount when dealing with law. Paramount. If we want to get on the history part of it, Sabir Bey, dealing with your history, where's the facts that you have to corroborate that your cross-referencing is fact? This is what he told me, y'all, when I asked him for facts that of the things that he was calling history. Like, how do you factually know this shit? And he says it's the truth. And it's a fact, and it's the truth because he cross-referenced it. So do you know what it is to provide the truth? Do you know what that means? Now here we go with the fancy smancy talk. That's why I'm so glad I already dealt with Polite and Sonetta and them. So these niggas right here are going to be super easy. First off, nigga, that's called deflecting. The question that I asked you and the questions that I ask you are completely clear so that you're not confused about what I'm saying to you. Okay? You don't need to ask me questions about the question that I'm asking you. Yes, I'm completely aware of what I'm saying to you and why I'm saying to you. That's why, if you notice, Sabir Bey, that I keep asking you same thing right around the same thing along the same lines. Because I'm asking you questions of fact, dumbass. I only want to hear the questions of fact. I only want to hear factually what you have to provide to corroborate the shit that you said. Cross-referencing goes into the heart of exactly what I'm talking about. You're talking about books. You're talking about information from books. You're not talking about actual fact that you know something. All you're doing, bro, is just relating with information that you read in some book. That's all I was trying to say to you. And all else I was trying to say to you is you cannot continue to call that truth and or fact. That's called conflating. Like when you was reading it in the chat, you said conflicting, and you know that's wrong, nigga. It's called conflating. You're conflating information as being fact. Like I could spread a bunch of information. I could say 10 times 10 is 61, 10 plus 10 is 33. Now, I just shared information. Is any of that information actually factual? No, it's not. See what I mean? That's how you roll with that. So hold on, guys. Let me go turn this paper in real quick, and then we can get ready to wind down. my umbrella took off on me. I thought I put it in a stable position, but I guess that was just a thought, right, Sabir Bey? See the difference between facts and what I just thought, Sabir Bey? There is a fundamental difference. Nah, I'm just fucking with you on that, brother. But yeah, man, I gotta get you, man. I gotta get you. You guys gotta realize that the way you're operating is not going to continue. You're not going to be able to keep talking at people, you know. And every time you ask questions, you try to act like you're on some elevated level that you can't even speak to us. And I'm trying to tell you, bro, that's the same thing that I got from lawyers. That's the same thing that I got from lawyers. Like on some real shit, that's the same thing that lawyers do. When you start asking them questions of fact to prove the shit that they saying, they start gaslighting you. That's what they do. Or go to ad hominem attacks. And that's what you guys do. You start talking about how smart you are and this, that, and the third. Dog, I didn't ask you about the books you read. And that's what lets me know that you're not what you purport to be. You're a book guy. Your information is book shit. So there's no combating that. Also, Sonetta, we also know that as predicted here on Derrick Jones Talks Live, that Sonetta Award show will not be taking off at the Apollo, as I told you guys it would not be. Now, the rest of the prediction that you were waiting for is the blame, and the blame will be squarely placed on my shoulders. I guarantee you he will do that. So be watching out for the rest of my of Derrick Damas. Derrick Damas is accurate predictions. I told y'all that shit wasn't going down. It was never going down. Peace, people, peace. It's time for me to get ready to start work, so I gotta close out. This has been your morning live stream. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Peace.